Kwembusa bava minvoni na mintirho na lava hinkwako na nghena vusala va pfala
Yo Michael
fole na chela byala na xava timbuti na tlhava tinjeti na hisa mapalo na boha.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or should I say Thokozani guys, welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Noma, and today I am formally introducing to you Gogo Stormy here on my channel. And yeah, so I decided to share this video to, just to let you guys know about my spiritual journey. As some of you might have seen, if you follow me on my Instagram or if you have me on WhatsApp, you know by now that I am now Gogo. And I feel like I need to share with you guys my spiritual journey, which is why I am shooting this video 3 months after I have actually initiated. I think it's been 3 months now since I've initiated. Has it been? Yes, it's actually 3 months now. It's been 3 months now since I have actually completed my training and initiated to become a traditional healer. Now, most of you guys might wonder how, when, or even why. So guys, being a traditional healer is not something that you go and apply for. You don't apply for this kind of life. You don't apply for it anywhere. You don't just wake up and say, okay, I want to become a traditional healer. If anything, I did not want to answer to my calling for the longest time. So I will start at the beginning. Or I will start where I actually remember things about my spiritual journey. So as a kid, I actually, when you have a calling, you are born with it. When you have a spiritual gift, you are born with those things. You're born with it. It's something that you are, it's gifted to you. It's like a birthright kind of thing. Before you were actually even born, I feel like the ancestors sit down and they have some sort of a board meeting and they just decide, you know what, this particular soul, this particular spirit that is about to go into earth must take along our knowledge and we must give to this child. So there's things, if you are gifted, if you're spiritually gifted, it's probably been showing throughout your entire life, ever since you were a kid. With me, apparently, excuse me, sometimes I look away. Guys, so please don't mind my voice. I am a little bit sick, not too sick. I just have, it's sort of like a cold. So I'm having, it's just black coffee. No, what's wrong with me? I'm just having tea, rooibos tea and some lemon. So yeah. So when I was a child, my dad actually said that when this child gets older, when she grows up, when she comes of age, I'm gonna have to come and take her, and she needs to initiate as a traditional healer. My dad is actually, he is not a traditional healer per se. I can't say he's a inyanga or a sangoma. He's not that. He is what they call iketla. So he's gifted when it comes to herbs. He's gifted when it comes to herbs. Let me say he's gifted when it comes to herbs. He knows herbs. He makes traditional medicine, and also he is married. His current wife, my dad is a polygamist, by the way. So his youngest wife, or his last wife, she is also a traditional healer, of which my dad believes was gifted to him by the ancestors. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about my spiritual journey and how I ended up initiating. So when I was a kid, my dad actually said that this child, when she grows up, when she comes to age, she will have to get initiated. I don't remember these words because I was not there when the conversation was had, but these are some of the things that my aunts have said to me now that I'm grown, or now that I've come to age, that actually yes, this child's father did say that this child will have to initiate and eventually become a traditional healer. Because I do remember events, some of the things which are just unexplainable, which happened when I was a lot younger. I was always reacting to just all sorts of things, and they would always say, no, I have allergic reactions to this and this and that. And when you look at it now, I eat some of those things that they claimed I was allergic to back then, and I use some of those things. I remember at one point I bathed for the first time with, I think, Lux. It was Lux, and I just reacted so badly. I just reacted so badly. I was itching all over, and they now blamed the soap, and they thought it was the soap, and no, it was not the soap, because moving forward I continued using that soap and nothing really happened. And there was this day my mom was not around. It was just me and my siblings at home, and guys, I was just itching the whole day. I was just itching. I was itching. My siblings didn't know what to do, so they put me inside a cold they put me inside a tub of cold water, and I sat there for about 2 minutes, and I jumped out, and I was just itching. They put me in front of the air conditioner. I sat there for a while, and I jumped, and I was itching. Guys, it was hectic, and I would just randomly have these reactions all over my body. And when that happened for about a week, and they did not know what to do, taking me to the doctors, to the clinics, and trying to find out what's going on. And nurses and doctors just didn't know what's going on, because they would test and they were like, no, but we don't see anything wrong with this kid, just trying to give me what is this, allergy medicines, just and that was just not the case until one night. This story in particular is very, very, I don't know, very special to me. I haven't shared this with so many people, and I feel like now that I actually, gone through the process of initiation, I'm very, I'm ready, to speak about such things. So, how they ended up solving that itchiness. That itchiness is that, okay, my mom didn't know what to do anymore. I'm just a little kid, and I'm always itching. So we're sleeping one night with my mom, and then I wake up the next morning and I'm white all over. Like I'm white, like somebody had applied, something white on my body. I was literally white. So my mom wakes up and she's so shocked. She doesn't know what to do, and she starts explaining that that she had a dream, and in that dream my grandmother came. My grandmother passed away long before. I don't even remember her. So she explains that my grandmother came to her in that dream, and she was sitting next to the bed, and she was just applying something on me. And my mom kept on asking, Mom, what are you applying on my child? What are you applying on my child? And my grandmother didn't respond. She just kept on applying whatever she was applying on me. And I woke up the following day and I was white all over. And my mom decided not to bath me that day. She was like, no, I'm not gonna bath this child. And surprisingly that day I played, I ate. I was just, I was back to being me. So those are some of the things that happened when I was a kid that just were shocking. And moving on, when I would get sick and my mom would take me to the hospitals or the doctors, and my mom and my dad were separated long before I can even remember. But my dad had to actually always drive all the way from Mpumalanga to come and bring traditional medicine for me, in order for me to heal from all this unexplainable sickness that I was enduring as a child. My dad had to always drive, bring traditional medicine, and they would have to, force me to drink it or bathe me in some sort of herbs so that I can become better, because that was literally the only solution to the stuff that I was going through. And I'm guessing my parents, they consulted, and yeah, it was said like from the get-go that no, this child has you namadlozi, you this child and so yes, a lot of other stuff happened, you know, when I was growing up. A whole lot of other things. I remember at some point I would see things that no one would see, and I would share it with my mom. Like, Mom, do you see the little goat over there? My mom was like, I don't see a goat, but okay. And at one point we were sleeping, and I told my mom that like, there's actually something you know, in the front of our bed, and it's pulling our blankets. And my mom was like, there's nobody there. I'm like, there's someone there, there's something there. So those kind of things. And then I grew up. As I grew up, moving on, I'm just gonna fast forward to when I now became an adult. This is when I was now after 18 years of age. So after 18 years of age, what happened? Obviously, I moved away from home. I passed my matric, and I came to the big city. So here I am. I'm going to school. I was going to a college. I was studying marketing. I'm excited about my new life in the city. I'm excited about, having a career. I'm excited. You know how it can be after matric and you leave home and you gain a little bit of independence, whereby you don't have to ask mommy and daddy for anything. You're a grown up. I was excited about all of that. And when I started going to school, my ancestors were like, it's time, and I was like, what's going on? So what happened at school is I would black out in campus sometimes, and wake up in the offices, and people surrounding me, and I'm like, wait, what happened? What's going on? And then I ended up dropping out from that college. Because I was becoming popular of being the girl who just blacks out in J. At one point it was exam. Was it exam time or it was just test? I think it was exams or test. I don't really remember, but it was some sort of a test, a formal test that we were taking at school. And I'm there now. It's time to write. Now I look at my question paper, guys, and it went blank. It was white, like it was blank. There was nothing there. There was no ink. There is no ink, and now I'm confused because I'm looking at everyone around me. Their question papers have ink, mine doesn't. So I raise up my hand and I call the invigilator, and I'm like, dude. So I don't know whether to say to him that, listen, my question paper is blank because I don't want to, sound cuckoos. But at the same time, I'm trying to find out if really my question paper is blank, because it was around that time whereby I started really knowing that, something really, really weird is going on with me. So I pretend to ask like I don't understand a certain question. I'm like, I don't understand here. What am I supposed to do? To my surprise and to my shock, this guy is explaining to me what I'm supposed to do with that question. Apparently it was 3 point something. So 3 point what you're supposed to do is this, and I'm like, okay. Which means he can see the ink, but I can't. So it was at that point that I knew that, I need to leave this premises. So I dropped out of school because I was going through all that weirdness that I didn't know what to do with it. So I dropped out and I started just, doing other things. I remember I joined an art school and I just started dancing. And that also didn't go anywhere, honestly. A whole lot of things didn't go anywhere. I tried doing nursing. Didn't go anywhere. I did a whole lot of things, guys, when it comes to education. And my dad kept on, because it was at that time that I actually started dreaming. So I started dreaming, and I would see my dad's firstborn child. Yeah, my sister, my dad's firstborn child, and she'd always talk to me in my dreams, and tell my dad. My dad is like, it's time for you to go and trust her. And I was like, dude, I just came to the city. And it's lit, it was the first time I actually went to a club. I'm like, there is no way I'm leaving this life to go and become some dirty Sangoma. In my mind, I was telling myself that, and I'm like, hell no. And 2014 now, yeah, bezikhala manje, like now I actually knew that, you know what, I'm running away from something that I actually need to do. So what happened is I met someone who actually introduced me to some prophet, and they said, you know what, they can actually, you know, close this gift, or they can return it, or they can stop this whole thing about this ubungoma and this Sangoma thing can go away. And I was like, cool, show me this person. So we went there, performed some ritual, did some stuff basically to send it back or to just shut them down. And you know what, it worked for a while. You know, I was living my best life, living my best urban life. No weird dreams, no strange events going on around me. And I'm like, oh, thank God. But child, when they want you, they'll always come back. So now moving forward, relationships in Jena, you know, it would, guys, it will mess you up. It will mess everything that makes you happy up. It will mess up everything that makes you happy for as long as you are not taking instructions and not doing what you were sent here to do. So yes, Umjolo was nurturing me. I know. Now I had a baby. Now I met my baby daddy then. And you know what? The relationship was toxic as hell. Like everything was just not working out. Like, woo, because when it comes to love life in jail, when Itlozi is involved and Itlozi wants you to do certain things, they will just mess it up. You can have the best and the sweetest people ever, and they will come in and they will mess it up for you because you're just not doing what you were sent here to do. Fast forward again, I'm gonna jump again to now 2021. This is when I now started accepting, surrendering. I actually started to surrender to my ancestors because oh child, you know, I started to surrender because now it was becoming physical. I was now becoming sick. I would feel pain here and there, and I would go to the doctors and they would test me, you know, your everything, your blood test, your urine test, and they just couldn't see anything, and I'm physically in pain. And I'm like, guys, I'm in pain. And that time I know what's bothering me, but you know, I'm going to the doctors because I'm trying to you know, find something that will just convince me that, you know what, it's not the ancestors, it's not Amadlozi, Sean, Scramble, it's just something that the doctors can fix. And there was nothing that the doctors could fix. These Western doctors could not fix me. At some point I started peeling. My feet and my hands were peeling. My skin was falling off. My skin was falling off, and it was just so hard because now you know, as a child I had what is this, wounds, sores on my legs. You know, growing up I once had sores on my legs, so obviously I still have some of the scars from those sores that I acquired when I was a child, right? You know, one weird thing that also started happening is that those very same wounds that were from the sores that I had in my childhood were now starting to reopen. It was just a whole lot of unexplainable things that were going on with me. And then I started consulting, and when I started consulting, and they would say to me that, you child, you know, your ancestors are here and they're asking what you know, and this were my ancestors from my father's side specifically saying, you know, I had to answer like, when are you, you know. And when I consult, I would go to another healer, because obviously before you can go and initiate, you have to consult with, you know, quite a few healers just to find out if you really have a calling, and the answer to it is you going to initiate. So I consulted a few healers, and they kept on saying, hey, Cha, you need to go in, yeah, your time is up. You need to go in before something catastrophic happens to you. So, okay, fine. I now begin to embrace my gifts, and I begin to, you know, start buying the beads that I was seeing in my dreams. I firstly saw the white beads, just plain white beads that I saw, and they were just, you know, at the riverbank in my dream. They were just at the riverbank. So I started just buying those, and you know, I started just informing my dad about each and every dream that I was having, and my dad was just like, you know, just basically he was encouraging me to just, you know, just surrender and just listen to what the ancestors are saying, and go ahead and, you know, take instruction. Just basically take instruction slowly but surely, and when the time comes, you will go in and initiate. So I started buying the cloths as well. Remember this particular cloth behind me was one of the first cloths that I bought, but it was not white. I think it was the red one. This white part was red, yes. And yeah, I think that's the first one that I bought. I think I'll insert a picture somewhere in here. And I visited the river as instructed, because I now started seeing flowing water in my dreams, and I visited the river, and I just, you know, basically started to teach myself how to talk to my ancestors, praying at divine hours, and you know, just bathing with some muti to just help me connect and keep me centered and connected, and so I can see clear and dream clear. Because you know, it's one of the challenges that closey kids have, is that they will dream and they will wake up. Something's bothering me, but okay. One of the challenges that closey kids do have is that they will dream and then they will wake up and they don't remember what they were dreaming about, but they will just know that it was an ancestral kind of dream, it was spiritual, but they don't remember the details, which makes it harder. So I had to, you know, start bathing in some muti and all those kind of stuff, and eventually, you know, my ancestors were becoming pleased with me, and they were just, you know, coming through and through, and I was beginning to experience them in a more intense and personal way, and I started to see them and I started to know them, and I started asking, you know, I would ask, you know, because it was now both sides, my maternal and paternal ancestors were coming together through dreams and visions, and I would, you know, wake up and call either my aunt or my dad and ask, so came in my dream, do you know who they are? And they were like, yes, we know who they are, they had a gift, and so and so and so and so. When it was finally time for me to actually go in, you know, I was very, very miserable. I was very, very miserable. I was sick, I was depressed, I was everything miserable, you know. And you know, it's very sad when you know exactly what is the solution that you need to take when you are there. And I was like, you know what, it's time for me to go. It was the hardest thing for me to do because I have 3 little kids, guys. All my kids are still dependent on mommy and daddy. They need my help, you know. They need my help to eat, they need my help to bathe, they need my help to basically just survive. And I'm like, I need to leave these 3 little human beings to go. And that's when I had to just surrender and trust in my ancestors that, you know what, I'm taking the right decision. My kids will be okay. I just need to just trust the process, you know, and let go of the fear of the unknown. And yeah, so by this time I had already, you know, found my Gobela and, you know, consulted about it, and it was the right place for me to go, which is a story for another day. So I now packed my things and I went all the way back home to Limpopo. I'm from Giyani, TV, no Magian. So in Fambania Giyani, and then I went in, and you know, Kutwasa Shababa, guys, initiation is not easy, but I can say that it was the most liberating. The process of initiation to me, in as much as it was very hard and not easy, you know, there was so many times I wanted to just pack my stuff and just leave that place, you know. It's not easy, you know. It's not easy to leave your the comfort of your home. It's not easy to leave the comfort of your home and go and stay with other people that you don't know and sleep on the floor. You're always on your knees, you know. You're always basically in a trance. Your body's not yours at that moment, you know. Idlozi has taken over, you know. You're always in a trance, on a daily basis you are trancing. But I must admit that it was the most liberating time of my life. I was grounded, like I was so humbled, more than anything I was humbled. That to me, you just can't come back from a petroni and be the same person. No, it's not possible. Okay, but I said the same person. Like it's not possible. I highly doubt it. So to me, it was really, really liberating. And obviously it was, I don't know what to say about it. I don't know what to say about my spiritual journey. I still have not found the perfect words for it, but for now I'll stick with liberation and growth. And I learned a lot. I can actually say I'm wiser, I am smarter, and I know what I want. I know what I want because I'm not alone. My ancestors are activated, they are here with me. So yes, so in case you are wondering why and how I am Gogo Stormy, guys, that is my spiritual journey. I have always been just a spiritual person. There's a whole lot of other things that other people can tell you. I remember also in grade 6 I did readings with a spoon, guys. I used to do readings with a spoon, and I would read my classmate during break time. I would take a spoon. I used to have a special teaspoon that was in my bag, and I would read people. I could tell their fortune through a spoon. My classmates would always gather around me through break, and they think I'm very, very, they think, what a weird girl. And there was something in that bathroom of that school. I'm not gonna mention the school, but if you were in grade 6 with me and because I remember in our class we were not so many, I think we were 15 in that class. So if you went to grade 6 with me and you are watching this, you probably know what I'm talking about, because I used to take I remember I took a few girls to our bathroom. I'm like, guys, there's something in our bathroom, and you guys need to see. There's just a roaming spirit. There was a spirit in our bathroom, and I could see it. So I would tell my friends, you guys need to see this something in our bathroom, and I would take them in, and they would not see anything. Shampoo kids, guys, if by any means I tormented you in your childhood, I am so sorry. This is me saying I am sorry. Years later, I didn't know what was going on with me. I didn't know that I was seeing things that you guys were not, but obviously you guys were not seeing it. And so there's a lot of things that people can actually say to you about me. In high school, there was a time where there was a little rumor that I'm a witch, and I remember there was 1 week where I lost all my friends. All my friends were just like, now we're not hanging out with her, she's kind of demonic. Yes, I remember that 1 week in particular. I'll never forget it. I didn't have friends that whole week because all my friends just decided they're not gonna hang out with me. But slowly but surely they came around. So those kind of things, just part of the things that we go through as spiritual kids. A whole lot of other spiritual gifts that people can tell you similar stories to mine and more. So also I feel like I need to explain Gogo Stormy, where the name comes from. So my leading ancestor is my great grandfather, who is Shihangu. Shihangu means hailstorm, guys. The hailstorm where it rains and it's raining ice, that dangerous one. That's what it is. That is my leading ancestor. He is from my maternal side, which is something we're going to speak about sometime later, why my leading ancestor is not from my paternal side but from my maternal side. So Gogo Shihangu is the one who actually handed over his gift, he handed it over to me. So that is why I am Gogo Stormy, because Shihangu is a bit, how Tonga can be difficult it can be very difficult for the tongue, especially if you're not Tonga or you're far from Tonga. It's very hard to pronounce some words. So to make it easy for everyone, someone special to me just randomly popped into my DM, and she was like, What's up, Stormy? I'm like, no, you didn't. So I embraced the name and I took the name and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be Stormy because she called me Stormy, and it's a brilliant idea because, you know, Shiango, Stormy, same thing. So yes, I'm Kokan Shiango. I am Obama Felampini. I am Umkulum Chona, Kokan Nyanisi. All of my ancestors together in me. I embrace them all. I love them all. They've been with me and they continue to guide me every day, guys. I am so humbled and I am so happy that I was brave enough to just go and do it. You know, guys, it's scary. It's so scary, but it's so knowledgeable. Also, at the same time, it's, you know, it gives you, it allows you to grow, you know, and I don't know what the future holds for me. It's just been 3 months since I've been a healer, guys, and I'm still a baby in this. And I'm learning more. I'm learning, and I stay humble, and I stay guided. Guys, the journey is long. I don't know what the future holds for me, but whatever will come with my healing, I am ready to welcome it with both my hands. I am not the same person as I was before I went in to go and initiate. I can literally say that I am no saint, but I am a better person. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Yeah, you guys, please subscribe to my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. Please like, comment, share with anyone you think might like this kind of video. It really helps with the algorithm, but you know what it is. But anyways, guys, thank you so much, and overall I am going to end this video right here. Stay safe, guys. Thokozani makwande kukhanye ashimfambele kahle swa n'wina, guys. Okay, I love you all, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Signing out.